Hey everyone, I'm Joe and today I thought I'd talk about what I call the BookTube effect, as I've been making videos for 2 years now. It really didn't seem like 2 years, maybe 6 months at most. Anyway, as I've been making videos and talking to everybody over the last 2 years, the effect this has had on my life, both personal and indeed related to books, has been quite significant in many ways, and I thought it would be interesting to talk about what those ways are. The first effect is the most obvious and certainly the most visible in regards to where I'm sitting now, and that is these shelves. 2.5 years ago, when I first discovered that BookTube existed, I did not have these shelves. I still have my original shelves, which are actually the other side of this room, and basically my books were packed on the shelves, but they still had a little bit of room. But when I discovered BookTube, the book buying started to increase kind of a lot, actually. That would be an understatement. And I realised very quickly that I would need more shelves. So I decided that I would buy these shelves first before I basically exploded my other shelves. Relating to this, the second effect would be obviously book buying, both in terms of sheer quantity, which is absolutely massive, and in terms of diversity and new authors. Now the quantity has increased by a ridiculous amount. 2.5 years ago I had about 240-ish books. Yeah, I've got near 500 now on these shelves alone, not including book boxes and such. So I've pretty much doubled my entire collection of books in 2.5 years, which is pretty extreme really, and something that I actually want to slow down a bit, because yeah, that's just ridiculous frankly. As far as new authors and diversity goes, I'm very happy with that, however, because I've discovered some brilliant authors, some of whom I now class as my favourite authors ever, and frankly I have some brilliant books now that I love. I mean, I already had brilliant books, now I've got more of them. The third effect is that I'm now thinking differently about books. Because of course I'm reviewing books and talking about them in a monthly wrap-up, I'm having to analyse them more and think about all the various nuances of the books, which is something I did before but not quite in the same way. And of course I'm having to do it rather more immediately now. Before I could do it whenever I feel like it because there's no pressure to do anything. Now I'm having to read a book and immediately within a week or two I have to think about it and analyse it and decide whether I'm going to be able to do and say anything intelligent about it, or whether it should be just generally included in a wrap-up in any given a brief segment, or whether I should do a full review. This has been interesting and it's something that I'm grateful for, because at some point in the future when I'm no longer doing BookTube, obviously I plan to do it for a long time, no worry there, but at some point I will stop, of course, same as everybody eventually will, and this effect will last though for, well, the rest of my life frankly, because I will always think of books differently due to this channel, which I'm grateful for. The fourth effect is the fact that my nephews now think I'm some sort of raving book lunatic, because 2.5 years ago, before I discovered BookTube, I still read books but not quite to this level, especially not for over 5 years previously to that, and obviously that's when my nephews were younger, so that's as far as their memory is concerned. I've never been quite this book mad until the last few years, and they are now thinking differently of me, especially when every time they come round to visit, I'm now basically wandering around, waving books around, moving them from table to table, the lying around on the arm of the chair, and there's just books everywhere, frankly, and I think I'm some sort of madman with books. Yeah, actually I suppose, but whatever. The next effect would be technical skills in regards to both the physical filming and indeed the editing process. Before I created this channel, I had never owned a camera before of any kind. I'd never filmed anything before. I'd never done any video editing before, and basically everything to do with this channel, in a technical sense, I have zero experience in. Complete zero. So this wasn't exactly a learning curve, this was a learning cliff that I had to climb. I'm quite happy to do that, and I am a technical person anyway, so it's not a major problem, but it was certainly an experience and a really memorable one, because I've had to learn how to use a camera, where to put lights, how to edit and what actually editing involves. Even the thumbnails, I've got to now think about thumbnails and such, which is something I'd never considered before. And it's just really been quite fun actually, most ways. And also, obviously I've had to buy the equipment, but that's only minor things. I'm quite happy to do that because I enjoy making these videos. The next effect would be confidence, quite simply. And that is indeed relating to the last point about the fact that I've never done anything like this before. 2.5 years ago, I wouldn't have considered ever even making a YouTube video or even appearing anywhere online. I mean, there had never been before this channel any picture of me online anywhere ever, because I've always kept my online presence extremely quiet and very minimal, and I don't like being the centre of attention, which is kind of odd considering, well, I kind of am now. I've got a camera pointed in my face. So this has given me a certain confidence and the ability to, well, talk to something like this, because this is in a way sort of public speaking. I mean, not fully of course, because there's no public around, but I know that once this has been filmed, I'll edit it and then it's going to be uploaded where potentially many people will watch it, which is a peculiar feeling, but one that I'm getting better of. And I think now that I'm better now, and indeed my videos are better now than they were 2 years ago, because I'm now able to speak to the camera without looking frankly like a D8 in headlights and generally terrified. So I'm actually quite pleased with this. And finally, the last effect would be one that I'm most grateful for, and that is getting to know some really nice, amazing people. The amount of people I've talked to and indeed I really like and get on with now is really good, and it's something that I've really do appreciate about BookTube, and indeed is the greatest and most important to me effect of BookTube, because it's the people that make this what it is. The books are of course good. I mean, I wouldn't be doing it without books, but I wouldn't have continued doing it as long as I am now if I hadn't found a whole group and quite a large group of people to talk to on a regular basis about books. And, you know, just sort of pass ideas between, and some people I've gotten to know rather more personal as well, and indeed a few of the people that I've talked to online I've actually met in a London meetup last year. So it's frankly the people make BookTube what it is, and it's what I'm always be grateful for in every respect. So with that said, that's pretty much all the ways that BookTube has affected me, or at least the ones I can think of. The greatest of which is, as I've just said, the people, because frankly the people I've made creating this channel far more fun and far more interesting than I ever expected it to be 2 years ago. I knew it would be interesting to do, but I didn't realise in what way it would affect me, and frankly I wouldn't trade any of these effects, especially the people, for anything, because I love all these effects that it's had on my life. So I'm very happy. I'd like to say thank you for everybody to watching both this video and any other video I've ever watched of mine, and commenting and interacting with me in whatever way, because I am grateful. I mean, I'm on over 550 subscribers now, which is pretty remarkable considering that when I started I thought I would have been happy with about maybe 50 subscribers by the end of year 1 and 50 by the end of year 2. So I've sort of passed that by quite a bit actually, which I'm quite happy about and rather amazed about actually as well. I'm really looking forward to the next 2 years and seeing what effects it will have on me in the future. I expect it will be interesting. Anyway, and that is it for this video. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you another day. Bye for now.